Okay, so let's record a quick video, or at least I'm gonna try my best because every time I try it, every time it's longer as I intended to. But yeah, we have quite some action on the markets because we had this strong move down after New York Open, and it's not only on Bitcoin. We also have like gold is making yesterday making crazy moves up, and today it's making crazy moves down. It came back for this range demand, is bouncing from it right now. We also have NQ almost retracing the whole week. So the whole market, all markets having pretty volatile moves. And yeah, when everything is pumping, Bitcoin is dumping, and when everything dumps, Bitcoin also dumps. So we clearly have the weakest asset class right now. But yeah, the question is for how long will it be? Sentiment is getting more bearish with the day. So based on that, soon it could change, but for now, yeah, weakness cannot be ignored. We are also reaching the major range low area. We have basically this is the range low. We have this wick, and this liquidity point is taken out. Yeah, so this is taken out. So we have basically this liquidity point, and there's then some void till the range low. Let's see what the volume profile is telling us. We're probably below. Yeah, okay. So let's go to the 6 hour. Here we have the point of control, and this is the value area low. So we also lost the value area low, and during this move, we also created heavy supply. And as you can see below the value area low, there's very little volume. So we have this liquidity point just taken, this liquidity point, but there is not any demand or anything significant to hold price off. So that is usually where you can get very quick moves because yeah, it's literally air. So the moves can be very violent. So keep that in mind. And if we then zoom in some more, like we had our range, let me delete this quickly. We had our range last week, which was like this range low, range high. Price took out the range high on Friday and then slow moved down into the weekend. Took out the range low, deviation at high, deviation at low, and then price moved back in the range. So at that point, this was the range. And then, yeah, we had some retests of the range low. They held right there, held right there. And then yesterday we had FOMC, and their price came into this supply zone. And I was long from around these lows. I took my main TP was the weekend liquidity trail, which was this liquidity trail, and the rest, or not the rest, but other part there. So almost all was out, and the rest got stopped with this move on break even. But yeah, I could have played some short as well in hindsight, because technically we had the one. Here I played the deviation, but right here we had also one of the highs. This was the deviation, so this was basically tap 2. And then this was potentially tap 3 to play your 1, 2, 3, your model 2 distribution. And that one got confirmed since price broke this upward structure from low to high right here. If we zoom out, okay, let me put it like there. High, higher low. This one held structure. This was the higher high. But this is not a break, as you can see, but this is an SFP. If you SFP a market structure high, that is not a break, and that's a bearish sign, or at least it shows you that the low that brought you into that high, but it failed to break, that low is then a weak targeted low. So based on structure rules, if you fail to break your high right there, then the low that brings you to that high is a weak targeted low. So in that case, that is this low. No. And we can see that price took out that low right there. Right there. So market structure rule worked again. But what's more important is that this is also now your structure. So you have high, you have low, you have high, you have higher low, you have higher high, And that means that here, this low is your upward structure, and that got broken back to bearish right here. So technically, at this point, let me delete this a bit more clear. Your model 2 was confirmed since you had tap 1, tap 2, tap 3 tapped into this extreme supply, broke your upwards structure right here, back to bearish. So at that point, you could have looked for short. However, getting the short, that was the big trick, because let's see, here you broke structure back to bearish. So technically, if you look at the 1 hour, we have low, high, low, high, low, high, high, low, high, high. Here you break structure back to bearish. So technically, this whole zone becomes a range supply. So what I was looking for was for a move into this range supply, and then look for weakness there with a market structure confirmation, and then look for shorts. So today, this was during Asia, this was London. So during London, I was potentially looking for a long, but we never got, I took one attempt, which failed. Let's see, this is classic range. But in hindsight, what price already did was here you also formed a local distribution, which I could have played. Because what is price doing? You have your local structures like down, up, down. So this is your local structure. Then your range is from low to high, right there. Then you can put on your deviation threshold, DL. And then this is tap 1 at the low, tap 1 at the high. This does not close above your deviation threshold, so technically you can extend it. Is that your tap 2? And then magic, what do you have here? Tap 3. Tap 3. And what does price tap into? You have your structure is low, lower high, lower low, aggressive move down. What does price leave behind? Supply, structure supply, or range supply. Right here, where did the third tap came into? Right there. So this is your 1, 2, 3. However, your structure only confirmed right here on this break. So that's, yeah, getting the entry for the short is not that good, because you have to cover this high and your technical target is this low. So that was not worth it. But yeah, at least it should have prevented me from a long, because I took a long playing this potential model 1, and on the low time frame it confirmed, or it was more here, I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I should not have played it, because we had a distribution against us and the range low was open. So you should have waited for at least the range low to be taken out and then look for the rotation. But we see that price took out a range low and then sold off, creating supply in the process, breaking DL2. So then you can look for a break, retest, continuation short, but instead price just nuked much lower. So yeah, one tiny loss today was a scalp, so doesn't matter, because the other trades this week were all pretty good, so good profits. And right now, what do we have for BTC? Yeah, as I explained, close to this low, basically free air from here till the range low, so can expand lower pretty easily, and we left some supply zones behind. Technically, we have this, broke it back, have like an internal break to bearish right here. So technically, this whole zone right there is a range supply. So you can put that on your chart, but you have more refined one right here. And then like your pivot supply is this one right there. That's pivot supply. So basically until you get clean structure, like a model, like a tree drive, AK exhaustion, like that, or a clean range formation, anything like that. Then if you get relief bounces into this is more likely to get a lower high for a lower low until proven otherwise. So I have some alerts here for potential shorts. And before I want too long, I want to have a clean range formation, a bottoming, price action, something like that. Tree drives, so exhaustion, and then always structure confirmations. For now, this looks heavy bearish to me, so not interested to catch knives. Then we can also quickly look what happened, because if we, let me put off the TPO for a moment and also the volume profile, the volume bubbles. Right here, we see on the 30-minute yesterday, if we zoom in some more, into the FOMC, we saw that spot was buying quite some. So also since Sunday, spot bought some, created push higher, and then spot was not doing that much here, but into FOMC, spot was buying it, so they pushed price higher into that supply right here. This was eventually that lower high for the Model 2, and then today during New York, look at this. This is crazy. A enormous amount of spot selling right there. Open interest increasing, so probably also some shorts catching here, with a lot of spot selling here, which nuked the order books, which can also be seen by this price action. So yeah, don't fight the trend right here. Wait for clean triggers. For now, it's more likely to go lower or get a bounce for lower high, for lower low. So yeah, that's my analysis for today. Probably already longer as I wanted, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, leave a like on Twitter and also on YouTube, it's much appreciated. And I saw that we have reached the 200 subscribers, so I will host a live stream probably next week. Yeah, so that's next week we will host a live stream. For now, thanks for watching. Cheers.